So, okay, it's now streaming on Facebook. That's amazing. This is my first Facebook Live. Hi, welcome to Home Green Homes, my very first Facebook Live. I am so excited. I am Izumi Tanaka. I am a green realtor and lead green associate in Los Angeles. And I have a wonderful guest today, Deanne Dalton today, who
Hi.
the founder and design and project managers for Eco Design and Build Studio. I'm going to
Hi, thank you for
your
having me.
I'm going to read your little bio,
Thank
Deanne,
you.
before we get into our conversation. So Deanne's purpose is to bridge design with a state of well-being. She has been designing since she played Barbies as a child. While
Yeah.
in college as a nutrition major, she fell in love with her art history class and changed her major to structural design and also received an interior design and landscape certification. She's been designing homes, small commercial tenant improvements, and landscapes for 37 years. Gardening is a passion of hers, and therefore she's very close to nature or very much in touch with nature. It wasn't until she was a construction manager on homes that she was a witness to daily waste and trash that our industry produces. It was then that she knew she could only design for the planet and focus on passive design for homes, structures, and rain gardens for landscapes. Outdoor kitchens in California really enhances the quality of our lives. Planting in landscape with low maintenance plants with a kitchen garden complement and softens the hard surfaces. So I am so honored to have you, Deanne. After all
I'm
this time, we're
honored.
trying to connect.
Oh, and I am so excited to be your first guest. This is my first Facebook as well.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me and
Yeah, thank you.
instrumental in us communicating. It was fun. We both experienced this last year through phone calls and
Yeah,
text, and
yeah.
getting to have this conversation is
I
really
know, I know.
good. Thank
Yeah,
you.
so let's dive into a conversation. So, I think we met just before COVID hit,
Correct.
and things changed.
Like
Everything changed
fall.
since.
I think
Yeah,
last fall.
yeah. So, what are you taking into consideration when you are designing outdoor
Well,
space?
you and I met mutually at a green
Mm-hmm.
lecture where we were learning about different types of energy and
Right,
different resources.
right.
That commonality was really great, especially as females in this business. It
Yeah,
was really nice to connect that way with you.
yeah.
I had a lot of work set up right before COVID, and it all went away. Poof, like
Mm-hmm.
that. Everyone just stopped. So I just kept gardening. I had already planned to garden a lot during that time because I wanted to experiment with what my philosophy is as far as like planting, especially now that families are home. And we can kind of go through that, but it's an
Yeah,
opportunity for us to get in touch again with nature
yeah.
and use remedies that are growing in our yard that we didn't even know were there. So I've been cooking for the last 2 years. I've been gardening. And so that was kind of my time to, but I didn't think I was not going to have any work. Like
Right.
and then slowly, very slowly, we are starting to see things, people starting to be curious in terms of having kitchen gardens. And
Mm-hmm.
really, I was doing that for the last 2 years. So I'm ready to help, especially in California where we do have limited space.
Yeah.
We do have water restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely been fun to share different planting palettes that work, trying to get the bees to come back into our yards,
Right.
propagate small vegetables or fruits or things like that. Not making it complicated because we already have things that are complicated.
Right.
Trying to actually simplify it as much as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so now it's kind of fun because now I finally have clients and we're doing things and the grading is happening and we're going to be putting in these rain gardens and other things that Mother Nature really could use as an assistance is
Mhm.
buying our water.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you have any pictures today to show us? If you're not
Um,
ready yet, we don't have to go there, but I just wanted to
I do. I should
tell
have.
the audience we have pictures to show.
All right. So this is my first time. So I hope I'm going to go straight to where we want to go. I do have a couple things. So I moved them. So this is just such a good example. Can you see this?
Okay, you can go ahead and share your screen.
It's not sharing with you. Let's see if I can do it another way.
You go to share screen on the bottom.
Yeah, got that. Thank you. You're great. Thank you so much.
Okay, there you
So here we
go.
go. Here, this is just a really quick example. Like a lot of water comes down from this roof. And when we get down,
Can you blow it up? Can you double click and
can you see now?
make it bigger?
That is as big as, let's see. Is that helping you?
No,
Mm-hmm.
we're just seeing the thumbnail.
How about this one? Let me go. They're too small.
Yeah, we're just seeing the thumbnails.
That's interesting. I am so sorry.
That's okay.
So let me see.
Okay, well, let's just keep talking.
Yeah, but I can come up with some pictures. I've got all kinds of things around.
I'm sure you do.
I'll
Yeah.
post some examples.
Okay.
So what is important about a rain garden, and commercially you're going to see a lot of it now, which is really exciting. They've completely changed draining water under surface. They realize if we catch it, so you'll see a lot of big boulders being used now at large water is coming off a roof and things like that. You'll see that high concentration is now going to be collected by bigger boulders, and then you can do some really fun streams leading away from it.
Mm-hmm.
You can do this in your own yard. It's so important because after all of our fires that we have in the fall, that all sits on our roof, and that goes down and goes straight into our water. And if it's collected in a spout and goes into our sewers,
That's right.
and doing things, all that water is so bad.
Yeah.
We can collect it on our property close to our home and let it dissipate through beautiful hardscape stones.
Right.
Way low water, you don't have to water it, and it looks pretty all year. And there's ways to do it now. We're not going to line it with weed barrier plastics and stuff.
Right.
Actually, it's so easy if you Google rain gardens and things like that, see the different ways to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Really helping. There's a lot of success as far as you're getting nature coming back, the horticulture is coming back, the birds are coming back, shade. It's really nice way. We're getting away from concrete, things of that sort.
Exactly.
And you can do it with kids.
Yeah. So you have been getting more business after few months of kind of standstill. So what are in your interaction with your clients, what are people most interested these days or concerned about?
Kitchen garden.
Kitchen garden?
Yeah, they want to grow at least their herbs.
Mm-hmm.
They want to have access. They don't want to be inconvenienced anymore.
Mm-hmm.
This food is, we need to flavor our food, so we continue to enjoy it.
Right.
Another way to experiment.
Right.
A lot of kitchen gardens, a lot of outdoor kitchens, a lot of solid patio covers, additions that are passive energy. So really concentrating on that, not anything huge, just the space that they have, making it more comfortable. Most people are working from home.
Right.
Want during the time to take that break and go have a reason to go water something or maybe add it. I have mint here with my tea,
Oh, nice.
like I all day long, so it does help you reconnect again with nature.
I think that's really important these days, right? Because a lot of us are stuck inside the house, and you don't really be interacting with
If
outside.
you Googled how many properties benefits come from rosemary, you'd be shocked. I mean, it
Oh,
has
wow.
many, vitamin A, vitamin C, all the things for your immune system, and it grows everywhere. We use
Right.
a landscape plant,
Yeah.
using it every day, and like
Mm-hmm.
however you prepare your foods,
Mm-hmm.
making these. And that's what we're trying to share is there's so many things that easily grow and just
Right.
and get your nutrition, a lot of nutritional value just from your herbs.
Right. So I know that you probably don't work with clients or residential clients, maybe in like a condominium or apartment environment, but do you have any tips for people who are stuck in like that kind
And I love that you brought that up because that was kind of what pushed me about 2 years ago,
of? Hmm.
was how when you live in an apartment, how much is taken away from you in terms of mother nature and all that. And then luckily I got to project, I don't temp, I guess you'd say, an apartment building that's considered eco-friendly. And
Mm,
we had gardens where they were growing their herbs, they were growing citrus trees, and the people felt so much more outside communal. Like they
mhm.
felt they would go out there and get their sage.
Right.
It's a really good drive for those kind of communities.
Hmm.
Just if you had a patio that you would put just a potted plant with a citrus tree. Maybe I
Hmm.
can follow up and send the pictures to you and you can send them, upload them.
Okay. That would be great.
Um, and that way you're, again, you're getting a little bit of nature, you're going to get visitors, bees,
Right.
birds, things of that sort.
Right.
If you don't have that, you can do window, just inside your house, you can just commit to a plant.
Right.
Especially nowadays, because we have so little control of the toxins that are being brought in our house from all of the products that we're buying.
Right.
You
Right.
should have a plant in your room, especially your bedroom,
Mm.
for the air in the, I don't think it's an oxygen thing. They release some other kind of nutrients and they purify the air.
What if you don't get a lot of light in the bedroom?
There's some plants like pothos. I think that
Oh,
will go anywhere. Like I have one
mhm.
right here, and they just they. I mean, they just. So it's just a good idea to have that green in there and the air being circulated through a plant.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I actually had some pothos that my cat chewed.
So it's like that was when I was saying that about plants inside. The first thought was people are like, yeah, well, I have a plant. Just put it in your bedroom. Commit to one little,
Right. Yeah.
try.
Yeah. Great idea. Great idea. Um, so other than the kitchen garden and rain garden, um, anything that is kind of occupying your interest right now in terms of designing for the benefit of our well-beings?
I'm reading through my notes because I wanted to make sure that for sure this is a really good opportunity to include the kids and not be stuck on the outcome, but
Mhm.
really like in the moment of doing it with them,
Right.
having in expectations and having an opportunity to maybe do something that's creative because that's
Mhm.
what we were going to do. We were going to create. And so I have been playing a lot with mirrors to
Mm.
light. Like you said, what if my apartment's dark? And I've been using it strategically. So I would suggest to do that too. They're not that expensive and prop it in a dark corner. And
Mhm.
that isn't. And then you'll notice all of a sudden it kind of comes alive. And you will bring in more light and maybe you can grow more than a pothos.
Oh, yeah.
That's something I've been working on a lot, like bringing the light in. How does that shade off something? Where is that being cast?
Mhm.
Catch it, the light again.
Right.
Keep things feeling light. I live in a small home and I think it's kind of dark. So I do like to play with a lot more light.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what better way of like spending the the time with children when they have to be learning at home, and that's like perfect science class
I, I,
for
I
me.
can't
You know, like
speak. Yeah, I can't speak for. I mean, I'm in the industry where I get to design homes, so I get to design homes, and I don't. I don't have a low or high budget. I don't discriminate at all. I don't care what the budget is because every project to me is different and fun and interesting.
right.
And we all have the same thing when we're in our house. Like we all want to be in a place of healthy mindset, a healthy atmosphere. So
Hmm.
a better way to teach your children how
Right.
to create a better home for when they become adults.
Right.
I've been in a lot of homes and I've been in a lot of places where there's just not, it's not like it's that complicated for sure, but organization is the first thing. They say you have to be organized if you want to be organized in anything.
Yeah.
Want to kind of conquer that, but really bringing light in, making the home, of course, dark. And that's another thing too. We've been working on meditation spaces.
Mm.
That's been fun because, like with the kids, you can throw like their stuffed animals down, their fun little stars, and they can just relax. And instead of saying, have a timeout, not
Yeah.
that I'm a professional, you can say, oh, why don't you go meditate? And it works. So creating that space for them to do that has been fun.
I'm
And
like, I'm
too.
so excited that you mentioned meditation because I'm a meditator and I teach meditation. But so is it something that you notice that people are asking for, or are you making the suggestion?
Not only people, but actually some software companies have asked me to design a room that, because those guys are so plugged in, they never
Yeah.
have an opportunity. So we're working on and have done a few rooms. It's not like it's a complicated. Again, if you need good sound, make sure you have a good stereo. If you need water, put in a little fountain. There's then colors like really deep blues and deep purples, things that really just kind of and then there's colors like red that make your heart pump, so what you where you put in your
Yeah.
space. And yeah, so definitely meditation is becoming a big part of the design of the home, even in the yard, wherever. So yeah, it's been fun. It's so easy with gardening and meditation.
Yeah. I
So
mean, they really all go together. And
they
that's
do.
the thing. It's, you know, green homes. I often talk about the building materials and, things like that, but it's the energy efficiency and all that stuff kind of goes into the green home. But what we often don't talk about is that interconnectedness and holistic
Mhm.
approach of
I believe your
making.
home should be where you heal,
Right.
energized, where you get fed, and you can create spaces in your home that give you what you need. If you need that energy, you create a space that gives you that energy. If you need one
Yeah.
kind of, and of course the kitchen is such an important place, but if it's organized, it doesn't matter on its size.
Hmm.
The organization, it really helps.
Mm.
That's why an organization in the kitchen is really important, especially
Yeah.
if you have like people in your family.
Yeah. I agree.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah. So, and how about you? What are you doing for yourself, for your well-being in your
Oh, thanks for
environment?
asking. To go on a 4-day retreat where I learned about sound bowls, and that helps you get into a much deeper meditation. And I've been so busy. I have to admit, I've only meditated once in that since I've gotten back. And that one time, it definitely was worth going to that class, the experience. So coming back from there, I knew I wanted to actually build a couple things. So I want to build a bed swing for the outside, which I've always wanted. I've wanted it for years.
Uh-huh.
Now there's all these kits on, because everyone's in them. So that's going to be my next project.
Right.
Now what? Christmas is here. So, and trying to navigate through what we're allowed to do or not. I meet with clients, we wear masks. Building and safety is you have to be patient,
Mm-hmm.
really patient if you're going to add on.
Mm-hmm.
In the interim, I want to just keep my garden going and still work on recipes and experiment, really, right? See what
That's
works.
great. Yeah.
How about you?
Well, like you said, well, I'm a meditator, so I meditate every day. And fortunately, I have a forest that I can get to very quickly.
Oh,
And that's been my biggest healing element of like just get into the woods, be on the earth, instead of walking on concrete or asphalt.
right.
And it really helps me to connect with the earth and just to absorb the healing energy of all the trees that's
Right. So,
there.
and if you don't have that, that's why you want to invite it, right? If
Right,
you invite just a few plants around your, maybe not outside your window, you're
right.
right, nature, so to speak,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
But I'm glad that you've been able to do that.
yeah.
I
Thank
want
you.
to be able to get away and go hang
Yeah,
out in nature right
yeah.
now.
But
Yeah.
just to kind of go back to what we were talking about before ourselves, you mentioned be patient. So are you finding that right now, like a permitting process and the bureaucratic process of getting your homes improved or designed and built, are you finding that to be
Well,
taking longer?
the codes changed, right?
Mhm.
2019 codes came into effect 2020.
Right.
That in itself is a lot more legislation, a lot more codes, a lot more notes. I have a home. It's actually this home and this home right here
Mm-hmm.
is just the grading just started.
Oh, wow.
50 pages, like 50 pages. So it's gotten really, and a lot of it's about the solar, the
Yeah.
lighting, the rain garden is very small part of it, the architecture part of it, the engineering, obviously, but still that's a lot. So
Mhm.
I have to there are many engineers that are involved, as well as different departments of building and safety, and
Wow.
everybody is experiencing COVID.
Right.
Yes, I think we submitted some plans in February before COVID, and I still have not, because that particular project wants to know, can I have build it off of the setback? And
Oh,
there's really,
wow.
and ask the question.
Mhm.
But other projects I would say they've gone through, but they're only patio covers. Patio covers are simple, but they're taking about, if they're going through the county, they're taking about 3 months. If they're going through the city, they take about 2 months.
Wow. So
Where before
that's
you,
longer than usual, right?
yeah, you could do that in a day
Right.
or maybe a week.
Right.
Imagine an entire house. Yeah, the process, you have to be really patient.
Mhm. Yeah. It's the whole cyclical thing of you have to be patient, but in order to be patient, we need some peace at home. You know,
It's just sad because it really stops construction. It really stops this momentum of commerce that works well. So when we have this paper boggle, we can't really, so that's it's a trickle down effect for everybody that's in
sure.
construction.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
even if I would sell windows,
Mhm.
thing is slow
Yeah.
down. But we want people to be well. And that's kind of why I'm just plant in your yard, enjoy your garden. You'll
Right.
squat 50 times before you even know it. You'll get exercise. And they say that gardening is a form of meditation.
Yep. I would definitely agree with that.
So, and then you have your herbs. So
Mhm.
it's been fun to learn about it.
It's like, how I titled this conversation is like how green home or green lifestyle is essential, these days. Like all these things that we kind of took for granted before are now so important for us for our
Well,
well-being.
to have to go to the grocery store just for something that you could grow really is
Right.
not that you would in these days. Before I would go to the grocery store for herbs, of course, or citrus or something like
Yeah.
that. Really, we have more success with herbs we're too busy to really have a large kitchen garden. But kitchen gardens are mostly the herbs, which have a lot of value and a lot of healing value.
Yeah.
Right. And so it is something to look into. Doesn't take that much space. It definitely enhances the foods. And I read recently where it said, don't count calories, count ingredients.
Oh, wow.
Ingredients to enhance your foods. You're not using other things that probably aren't that good for you.
Right, right. Wow. See, this is very essential, you know,
I
it's
know. It
that
just starts in
whole,
the home too. Right
exactly.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm so sorry that we couldn't share your
Oh, my
pictures.
pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. I will get those for
you
you.
know what we have to do next time is that I'll come and visit your one of your site,
Oh, yeah, you're gonna
and
come
then
to
we'll
my
do a live from the
That's
actual garden,
perfect.
right?
Yeah,
That
yes.
would be great.
Okay, that's our next one. Then we're
Yeah.
live. All
So,
right.
just so that I can let people know, how do people find you? What's the best way
Best
to
way
find?
probably, I have a website. My name is long because we just decided to use it and everything else is like shorter but taken. So anything like if you go www.ecodesignandbuild with a D studio.com. So you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on my website, and my email is Deanne at ecodesignandbuildstudio.com. So pretty much that name, you can find me anywhere on that platform.
Yep. And make sure that people spell Deanne with
Yeah,
D-E-A.
Deanne. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Deanne. This was fun. Thank you
Yeah,
so
next
much
time
for
we'll go
being
to,
my first guest on Facebook Live.
I love it. And next time we'll go to that client that we discussed. He's
Yeah,
on the list for us.
that would
Okay.
be great.
Thank you,
Thank you so
love.
much, Deanne. I know you have a client meeting. Have a good one,
Thank
and
you. Thank
and
you.
I will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.